You know, a pretty cool trick for in here too that not everyone might know about. But I might have just killed everybody, so I'm not sure if that trick matters or is even showable. You can use a box on this conveyor belt to transport yourself around the area, but it also turns you invisible. Oh, there is somebody here.
Stay on lookout for the Huh? What's going on? Respond. Communications with Stradi have ceased. Carry out an investigation immediately. I'm under attack. Stay alert. Understood. Dispatching reinforcements to Stradi. Exercise extreme caution. He got me! Stay on lookout for the What's going on? Respond. Communications with Stradi. Carry out an investigation immediately. Freeze! Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert. Why are you late with your status report? What's going on? Respond. Communications with Stradi have ceased. Carry out an investigation immediately. I've taken care of that annoying fly. What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed like a ninja just now.
Ninja?
It's the only way to describe it. A kind of cyborg ninja complete with a sword.
What?
Are you hiding something from me?
Olga, are you sure it wasn't an Arsenal Tengu?
Don't be a fool. Think I wouldn't know the difference? I've never seen field gear like that ever.
All right, we'll intensify patrols. Anything else?
Actually, one more thing. You'll find it hard to believe, though. I saw a man hiding under a cardboard box.
Where?
On the connecting bridge to Shell 2. So you believe me this time?
I've seen someone use that box trick before. We'll lay a trap on the Shell 2 connecting
The
bridge.
best kind of bedtime
Over and out,
stories all happen to have.
Of cyborg ninjas.
You must be one of Dead Cell.
Of course not. What a thing to say.
Drop your gun!
Not a chance.
I saw a female soldier. Russian.
Must be Olga Gerlukovich.
How do you know?
Unlike you, I've been briefed.
She's not a Dead Cell?
No, she commands a Russian private army.
They must be the ones patrolling the big shell.
That's right. She's led the group ever since her old man, Colonel Gerlukovich, died. Watch yourself with her. She's a tough one.
Freeze!
More!
Who's that?
Enemy sighted. What's going on? Respond. Communications with the heliport on the roof of Stradi have ceased. Carry out an investigation immediately.
Whoops.
Encounter the enemy returning.
Rip. Yeah, I punched him in his butt and killed him.
Raiden, is everything all right? Raiden.
Well, I knocked him out, I guess. You can knock people out by choking them, punching them, or one single punch to the dick. I'd say that that'd put anybody out.
Freeze! Raiden here. The C4 reported on the roof of Strut E has been taken care of. Explosives were planted on the Harrier 2 stationed on the roof.
This is all wrong. This is something only an amateur would do.
What do you mean?
All the bombs that have been found so
Metal
far
Gear
don't appear to be in the
Streamathon,
right kind of
where we
locations.
punch
The
everybody
explosives
in
is a
the
sufficient
dick.
theory.
Even Fat Man can make mistakes, right?
No, there's something else going on here. Get a move on with the disposal, right? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do you think it's a trap?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell Pliskin to watch his back too. Just hurry.
He got me!
Oh, it's always a trap.
Be careful. There are Claymore mines around there.
Who is this?
Stealth equipped Claymore mines, invisible to the naked eye. Use the mine detector.
Identify yourself.
Use the mine detector. Call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? You mean from Shadow Moses?
Mr. X, then.
Mr. X now, is it? Why would it matter if I called you Deep Throat?
Never mind about that.
Why did you contact me?
Let's just say I'm one of your fans.
Colonel, someone calling himself Mr. X just contacted me. Do you know anything about it?
No. And whoever it wasn't a burst transmission. The transmission was sent from within the big shell.
He called himself Deep Throat at first. Do you think...
I caught that part too. But the possibility of it being true is none. Gray Fox was the one who used that alias in Shadow Moses, and he's dead.
Is it an enemy trap?
Could be. Exercise extreme caution.
That works in real life too. If you crawl prone over a Claymore mine, it will deactivate itself.
Freeze!
There's somebody there.
Freeze!
Brisk half and half watermelon. Welcome back, Nyaruku. One of many names I'm gonna butcher in the entirety of our run through. So I never used to do speed runs per se, but I have played this more than any other Metal Gear game. And I've played a lot of Metal Gear. At one point, this was the only game that I owned that was in working order for, I want to say, like, 6 months or more.
Jack, do you remember the day
I played through Metal Gear Solid 2
You're right,
2 times
sorry.
a day
I do remember.
for like an
It was
entire
right after I
summer when I
transferred
was
to New
really
York.
little.
There are all these tourists around you in front of the Federal Hall.
A group of middle-aged Japanese ladies came up and asked me which building it was that King Kong was
Skipping
climbing
all
in
of
the
this
movie.
shit, of course,
I said it was
but,
probably the
we don't do that
Chrysler
here.
Building. And then you showed up and started mouthing off. You were like, no, it's the Empire State.
I said the Chrysler building was in Godzilla.
We started arguing,
play through
and
it
I
for the
forgot
story,
all about the tourists. I was
at least once a
insisting that
year.
I was right, and you were doing the same. The next thing we knew,
If I'm
the
not doing it
Japanese
live,
women
I'm
had
doing it for
gone
my own
away,
personal
and
pleasure.
we ended up going to the skyscraper museum to see who had
I'll
the
run
better
through it a couple
recall.
times
We
with no
argued all the
cutscenes.
way to Battery Park.
And for nothing.
Work on my times and
Since
stuff.
the museum was closed, we went our separate ways from the museum. And then I found you again by coincidence out in the base corridor.
An amazing coincidence that we were actually working at the same place.
That night we went up to the top of the Empire State.
It was so beautiful. I could look down on the Chrysler building from 120 stories above ground.
I felt overwhelmed. I didn't care anymore who was right.
Does this classify
And
as
that was our
jazz?
first date.
What is
We
this?
watched King Kong in your apartment a bunch of times that night. Didn't sleep till morning. If it weren't for that coincidence, we wouldn't be together.
I know. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm taking up your time again.
What?
Take care.
Smooth jazz. Yeah, I want to say that one of the reasons why people don't like this game, other than the reasons that everyone already says, is maybe they're just not into jazz.
Freeze!
Controls always feel scuffed. What you mean? This is my favorite thing in the world. Right here. And Justin, I'm sure you'll appreciate this. Annihilated. Shooting for a new high score. Well, that was fun.
Good work. Only one more left to go.
This is Pliskin. Do you read me, Pete?
I'm here. What's up?
Raiden, you need to hear this.
I'm listening.
I checked out the bottom of Strut H for you, Pete.
Welcome back to Metal Gear
what's this
Streamathon.
I asked Pliskin to look around. Knowing
Boys
Fat
and
Man,
girls.
I can't shake the feeling that all the
Where we're
bombs so
having
far were
a
just
Seagull,
wrong.
So did you find anything?
Yeah, a hell of a
Seagull
lot of C4s
cereal
packed into the bottom of
slaughter
Strut.
spree.
Called it right.
I knew he had the real thing.
A
up his
thon.
sleeve.
So all the other ones were dummies?
No, they're a threat, right? But the detonation wouldn't be enough to destroy the entire shell. But the C4s Pliskin found would inflict serious structural damage.
That's not the bad news either. These are sensor-proof.
What?
New model, I guess. The ionization sensor can't detect them. The whole thing is sealed tight to prevent vapor leak, and there's no trace of that cologne signature. Pete, looks like he fooled you.
Yes.
But you managed to find the thing anyway.
It was sheer luck.
Bombs
Unpopular
that are
opinion.
invisible to the sensor?
Metal
Any
Gear Solid
ideas?
2
Are there
is
more
my
out there?
favorite
I'll go see for myself.
by
You
a
can't move
by
fast enough.
a
He's
wide
right.
margin.
I can try the spray from a distance.
Hold on. There's something not right about this one. I can feel it.
Well, Pete, should I come back and get you?
No, there's no need. Raiden, you have one left to go, correct?
Right, except for those scentless ones.
How about you, Pliskin?
I have 2 left, not counting this
I
one.
can say without a
Okay.
shadow of a doubt that Metal Gear
It'll have to
Solid
be
3
me.
is the best
I have the level 4 card
game
that
in
will
the
get me to
series,
Shell 2 in any
but Metal
case.
Gear Solid
You'll
2
never
is my
make it.
favorite.
With that bad leg of yours, they'll spot you for sure.
That won't happen. I can walk just fine. I can even run.
What do you mean?
That bomb 5 years ago, I messed up. Even with all my experience, I lost it. And the church was lost in the explosion. All those kids playing nearby too. These past 5 years, I've lived a lie.
Lied?
Yes, lied. I didn't lose my leg in the explosion. So many dead. All because of my mistake. All I could think about was hiding from
Cue
the
sad
crime,
kazoo
shielding
music.
myself from the public outcry. I wanted people to be sorry for me.
Metal Gear Solid
My
1 and
weakness.
Snake Eater are both solid. The first
I
3
faked
games
being
are
a victim myself because I couldn't bear to face the families
they're
of
all
the real
amazing
victims.
games.
This is
I couldn't
no
really think of
mistake.
much
I can keep my footing
that
on
they could do to
catwalks,
improve
hike
on
the
any of
deserts.
them.
I lived my life
Metal
so
Gear Solid
well, I
4,
hadn't even answered to myself for my sins.
uh,
It was supposed
and
to be a
5
shield, and it's become a shroud instead.
could use a little bit
I've
of
killed my soul
a little bit
by
of
playing
fine
the victim.
tweaking in certain
Instead of
aspects.
protecting me,
There's
it's
a
made my
couple
life
things I
even
just
more
didn't like
hellish.
about them.
What good can that do the victims?
I know. I'm a coward.
Yeah, I mean,
Pete,
God
it was a great
forgive
game.
me. I
It
can
just
walk
had a
with my
couple
own
major
2 feet,
flaws.
and I need them to stop
One of
Fat
which
Man.
being
His
just
crimes
not
are
enough
also
dialogue.
mine. One of omission.
The tapes make sense
and
in
arrogance.
Peace Walker
No one
to an
should teach the
extent.
skills
I don't
taught
really
without a
know
clear
why.
conscience.
I think it's
This is the
more
only way I can
because
diffuse my own sins.
you're in the action and you're
I
out
get you,
like
Pete.
exploring the
That
world
one's all
and
yours.
stuff.
You got it, Raiden?
I understand.
Maybe that was the
Pete,
point, was to
I've taken care of
constantly
guards
go
in
into your
Struts
menus
G
and
H of
set
Shell
up your
2.
tapes
I wouldn't recommend you go into
and
any
just
of the
like
other
listen to them
Struts.
on the fly while you're actually out
I'll get back
exploring
to
and
freezing
doing
the
shit.
baby bombs then.
You do that
But-
too, right?
I'm on it.
I'll have the radio with me if you need to get in touch. Just don't ask for Peg Leg Peter.
I don't like that you can't just call and have a conversation with people about the stuff that's happening around you. And on that same note, there's not enough like small little details that you can find in all the other games where you can have a radio call with somebody about something that you're looking at or holding or anything, and they just have tons and tons of shit to say about it. Kiefer Sutherland and I'm sure a bunch of the other voice actors probably just a bit too expensive for that. Game devs are working on a ton of other shit when they're working on that game. But, yeah. That's my biggest issue with it, aside from, you know, not having a ending. But they did make a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1. Don't you know? Unpopular opinion number 2. Twin Snakes is better than Metal Gear Solid 1 on PS1. In my own humble opinion.
Freeze!
I know, very unpopular opinion, but I love the control scheme, all the additions that they made with the M9
There's nothing showing up on the sensor now.
first-person
Good work,
mode,
Raiden. You're way ahead of me, kid.
being able to
I still have
roll when
one
you
to go.
move.
How's your bomb, Peter?
It's a bomb, all right.
The voice acting
Sealed
is
C4
similar
in
enough.
huge quantities.
I'll say
You
that
think
some
there's
voice
another one
lines
in
in the
Shell
first
1?
game were a little
For
bit
sure.
better than
Somewhere at the bottom
Twin
of
Snakes
Strade.
and vice
Why are you
versa.
so certain?
If this
But
bottom
those
section of the
over-the-top
strut's demolished,
cutscenes
Shell 2 will
are,
be well on its way to destruction.
You mean that Shell 2 will actually sink?
Not immediately.
Somebody
There'll
said it
still be
earlier,
5
and
struts
I
left.
think they said
But
it.
if Shell 1
They
loses a
phrased
strut
it
at the
best.
same time,
Twin Snakes
it'll be a
is how
very different
Otacon would
story.
tell the
The
story
big shell's structural
to a
integrity depends
stranger
on a
at a
very
bar.
exact balance. If both shells
And,
lose a
hearing
strut
that
each,
makes
the
me,
whole
like,
structure will
appreciate
tear
it
itself
even
apart
more.
under its own weight.
What do we do?
I have a sensor that can locate
If there's any
those
game
sensor
series that could
C4s. It
easily
makes
fit
combined
in
use of a neutron scintillator
those
and a
over-the-top
hydrogen bomb detector.
cutscenes and not have them
You
be
brought
out
that
of
stuff
place,
with
it's
you?
Metal
Of
Gear.
course, I made the calibrations while I was in the pantry.
Does it work?
I just tested it, and it definitely responds. But the best I can do is a sound beacon, not the radar.
Sound?
The shorter the interval between beacons, the closer the target.
I get you.
There's another one in that pantry I was in. You can go back and get it.
It's all yours, Raiden.
I'm going to study it some more and see if the freezing process will work. Don't touch the other one until I say so.
Okay. I'll stand by until you radio in.
Resident Evil 2? Second favorite game. That's a tough one. Metal Gear is by far my favorite series, and Metal Gear Solid 2 is my favorite in the series. There's a lot of other games I like, but I don't even know if I have a second favorite game. Assuming you saw the announcement for the new